Hey, what's going on, guys? This is John with SDGC, back with another lamppost, and wanted to thank you guys for taking the time to visit our YouTube page. And it's always very, very appreciated that you guys take time to check out our videos and our podcasts. And hopefully, we're putting out content that you guys find interesting, and hopefully, we'll continue to do that. What I wanted to talk about today was something that's been bugging me all year, and it's something that I briefly mentioned on our website, but I kind of wanted to revisit it. And it's kind of the reluctance on developers to leave the seventh generation of consoles behind. And unless you've been living under a rock, you guys know that Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was released on both 7th generation and current generation, which is the 8th gen platforms. After playing the game, Call of Duty's not my thing, but I picked it up and I played it for a while, and it's a really good looking game. It ran at mostly 60 frames per second. Except during the split-screen co-op and cutscenes where you saw a lot of noticeable dips. But overall, it's a very good-looking game on current-gen systems. On 7th generation consoles, it's a completely different story. I'd wondered for a long time why Treyarch chose to kind of get rid of the solo campaign from the 8th generation release, and now we know. Because the game was very clearly designed for current-gen consoles and was crammed onto older hardware that simply didn't want to handle what Treyarch wanted. All you have to do is pull up videos on YouTube with the game running side by side on the 7th and 8th gen versions, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. To say nothing of the fact that the 7th generation version of Black Ops 3 didn't even have a campaign. It was multiplayer only, just like Battlefront. The bottom line, 7th generation consoles, the Xbox 360 and the PS3, they just couldn't handle what Treyarch had in mind with the game. It's obvious that the game was primarily developed with the current gen in mind, and massive concessions were made on the last gen versions in order to cram them into systems which just didn't want to run them. The exact same thing happened last year with Shadow of Mordor. It was a very beautiful game on PS4 and Xbox One, but it also had the Nemesis system, with enemies that fought each other, grew in strength, and developed new traits each time they fought you and survived. On 7th gen systems, the game was a shadow, no pun intended, of itself, with shitty textures, choppy frame rate, and absolutely no Nemesis system. The bottom line is, the time has come for developers to leave the last gen behind. I get that wanting to aim for mass market appeal, and that's great. There's still a huge install base in the old systems, but as time goes on and the games get better, these compromises made to get these games to run on older hardware get more noticeable and harder to forgive. The adoption rate for the new consoles is much higher at this point than it was at the same time for their predecessors, while sales for last-gen consoles are continuing to take a nosedive. Just look at the NPDs this year and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's just no reason to keep doing this. Look at every other AAA release that was passed out this holiday. Fallout 4, Halo 5, Battlefront, Just Cause 3. Every one of these games, with the exception of Call of Duty, have left the old gen behind for the new. And my hope is going forward into 2016, more devs jump ship into the new generation. I really don't want new games to continue being held back by inferior tech because the publisher wants to sell them to a rapidly disappearing audience. There's just no need for this anymore. So I'll be very interested to see what happens with the annual release of Call of Duty next year. Will it be available on 7th gen systems, or will they finally make the jump 3 years later at that point to the current generation of consoles and catch up with everybody else? So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think games will continue to be released on 7th gen systems, or do you think we're reaching the end of that trend? Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate, subscribe, and as always, keep on gaming, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for stopping by.